Welcome to Movie Vault, your go-to channel for in-depth trailer breakdowns, theories, and everything in between. Today, we're diving into the first official trailer for Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, the highly anticipated adaptation of the beloved web novel and webtoon series. Fans have been waiting for this one, and from what we've seen in this trailer, it looks like we're in for an epic, mind-bending, and emotionally charged journey unlike any other. So grab your survival guide and get ready as we break down every key moment, hidden detail, and major clue that could give us insight into what this adaptation has in store. The beginning of the end, the trailer's opening scene. The trailer wastes no time setting the tone. We open with a dark, apocalyptic cityscape, skyscrapers burning, streets in chaos, and people running for their lives. This immediately tells us that the world of Omniscient Reader has already fallen into destruction. Then we hear a voice, deep, ominous, and foreboding. This is not fiction anymore. This is your reality. For longtime fans of the series, this is a clear reference to one of the central themes of Omniscient Reader. What happens when the world you thought was a story suddenly becomes real? As the camera pans through the devastation, we see Dokja, our protagonist, standing amidst the wreckage, gripping his phone. The screen flickers, showing the last few lines of 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse, the very web novel that he's been following for years. And then, bam! A massive explosion sends cars flying, and the title Omniscient Reader slams onto the screen in bold, dramatic letters. From this opening alone, the trailer establishes the high stakes, the sense of impending doom, and the core mystery that will drive the entire series forward. Kim Dokja. The next section of the trailer focuses on our main character, Kim Dokja. Played by potential lead actor, Dokja is not your typical protagonist. He's not a hero, not a warrior, and not even a particularly strong fighter. Instead, he's an ordinary office worker, the only person who has read to the end of 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. The trailer gives us glimpses of his normal life, him riding a subway, scrolling through his phone, lost in thought. But there's a distinct loneliness in his expression, hinting at his detachment from the real world. Then, things take a drastic turn. The camera cuts to the moment that changes everything, when Dokja's phone suddenly flashes with a message, "Main scenario activated." The lights flicker. The subway car shakes violently. People scream as a monstrous otherworldly figure emerges, announcing the beginning of the apocalypse. This is the Dokebi, a terrifying trickster-like being that appears in the story to announce these scenarios, a series of brutal survival challenges that humanity is forced to endure. The first scenario, kill or be killed. The trailer then cuts to one of its most intense moments, the first scenario. Kill one person within 5 minutes, or everyone in this train will die. We see quick cuts of people panicking, shouting, pushing each other in fear. This moment is crucial because it establishes the brutal world of Omniscient Reader. Unlike typical survival stories, where a group of people work together against a common enemy, this one forces humans to turn on each other from the start. The camera focuses on Dokja, his face filled with shock. But unlike everyone else, his eyes don't just show fear. Instead, there's understanding. He's read this before. He knows what comes next. But the question is, will he follow the story or will he change it? Yoo Jung-hyuk, the true protagonist. The trailer then introduces Yoo Jung-hyuk, the original protagonist of 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. Clad in dark, battle-worn armor and wielding a sword, Jung-hyuk effortlessly cuts down enemies, his eyes cold and determined. We hear Dokja's narration. He is the protagonist of this world, but I'm the only one who knows how his story ends. This sets up one of the most fascinating dynamics in the series, Dokja versus Jung-hyuk. While Jung-hyuk is the classic hero, Dokja is the outsider who knows everything about his journey, including his countless deaths and regressions. A montage follows, showing Jung-hyuk fighting grotesque monsters, defying fate, and barely surviving each scenario. But unlike Dokja, he doesn't have the luxury of foresight. Every decision he makes is a gamble, one that Dokja could influence, for better or worse. The trailer teases this growing tension, showing a brief shot of Jung-hyuk glaring at Dokja. There's distrust between them. Jung-hyuk sees Dokja as an anomaly, someone who shouldn't know the things he does. The mystery deepens. Who is controlling the story? As the trailer progresses, we get flashes of more unreal, godlike figures, constellations watching from above, their glowing eyes fixated on the chaos below. These constellations, legendary figures from myths and history, are the unseen forces controlling the scenarios, offering their blessings or curses to participants in exchange for entertainment. We get a chilling line from one of them: "You are not a protagonist, you are a mere reader." This raises one of the most intriguing questions. Is Dokja truly just a reader, or is he becoming something more? Final montage: the apocalypse unfolds. The trailer ends with a fast-paced montage of explosive moments. Monsters rampaging through cities, new allies and enemies emerging, brutal survival scenarios pushing people to their limits, Dokja and Jungya clashing in a fierce battle, a final shot of Dokja standing before an ominous, godlike entity as he whispers, "I will decide how this story ends." As the screen cuts to black, the title Omniscient Reader fades in, accompanied by a haunting final note from the dokebi: "Let the scenario begin." Final thoughts. What this trailer reveals. This trailer does an incredible job of setting the tone. A dark, mind-bending, and high-stakes survival story unlike anything we've seen before. Key takeaways. The story is not about a hero. It's about a reader who changes fate. The apocalypse is controlled by mysterious higher beings. Dokja's knowledge is his greatest weapon, but also his biggest curse. Tensions between him and Junghyuk will shape the entire narrative. If done right, Omniscient Reader could be one of the most unique and thrilling adaptations we've seen in years. What did you think of the trailer? What theories do you have about how they'll adapt the webtoon's complex plot? Let us know in the comments. And as always, subscribe to Movie Vault for more breakdowns, theories, and deep dives into the best upcoming films and series. Until next time, stay curious and keep reading.